Yes.
Good morning, Sister Julie.
Good morning, Sister Angel. Have a seat.
Thank you, Sister Julie.
How are you today?
Well, I'm pretty fine because we had a good conversation with our sisters this morning, this breakfast. Yes.
So, are you ready for the interview?
Yes, but though I'm a bit nervous, but it's okay.
It's okay. Just relax and take it easy.
Okay.
Okay. So why did you decide to join in a teaching congregation like this one, the FMA congregation?
Because even when I was a child, I feel happy and I feel the joy of teaching, like even in an informal or formal way. Like my cousins are coming to our home and I'm teaching them whatever I'm learning. And even when they don't know their assignments or they have problems in their academic studies, so I help them and I find myself enjoying in that case, especially when I feel that they understand what I'm teaching. Yes.
So, how would you differentiate a plain teacher and a teacher who is also a sister?
Well, I could differentiate by though we're all teachers, but the plain teacher could teach any subject and they can focus on it. But as for me, whatever I'm teaching, I should always integrate God in it. That's why I am also entering into this congregation because this I told you lately that I love teaching when I was a child until I grew up, and then I realized there is something more, that more than teaching. I feel to teach and serve Him in a more different life. And when I met FMA, that's the time that I felt I was called to this congregation.
So, how would you describe your presence in a classroom?
Well, I could describe my presence in the classroom where everyone can feel or see that there is God and be reminded of it.
So, what are the teaching strategies that you will use in order to motivate the students for them to really be engaged in the classroom?
Well, it would always be depend on my audience. Like for example, if I am with the graders, I would love to use my talent as a storyteller, wherein I find they're more into it. But when I am also in the higher years, like the junior high or the senior high, it would be according also to their level. Like I would let them engage and I will be more as a facilitator in that kind of level when given a chance to teach.
So, aside from the storytelling that you have mentioned, what are the other techniques, strategies that you will employ in order for the students to be really hooked, to be really be engaged, to really love CLE subject?
Well, I would be using also strategies that is realistic and is also in their level. Like for example, the graders, the story of creation. If I'm given the chance to teach that lesson, so I would involve like letting them plant trees or some veggies wherein they will discover God's wonders in it. So I think that would be better.
Okay, so how about parents' formation? How will you include them, the parents, the guardians, in a child's education?
Well, I think that's really a good question, sister, because I think the family, diba, is the place where the child is really formed. So by that, I would include always the parents in their assignments because of course assignments is a homework. So I will include them. Like for example, they will pray together or they will make an Advent wreath together as a family. So that could be one. or they could plant together a tree in the story of creation. That could also be good, or many other strategies that would include them not just participating but nourish them also spiritually.
So do you believe that these parents really are our partners in the formation of our children?
Yes, of course, because aside from the classroom, the students or the pupils really spend their life at home, so it's where they are molded more, and we are part of it as well as the parents.
Now that you are studying at Holy Cross, do you think you are prepared already? You are ready already for to be immersed fully to the teaching ministry?
Yes, sister, after given time to study and with all the learnings I have learned from my teachers, the approaches, and with all the wisdom, the knowledge, I think I am ready to teach.
Okay, so now that you are ready, based from your observation, when you were novice, you were immersed, you had your exposure in different schools,
Yes.
in our three schools. So, what do you think are the areas needing improvement for us to become really relevant in our teaching ministry?
Aside from being a witness, striving to be holy all the time, which is always relevant at all times, it is also good to improve our teaching approaches, which could be done in workshops or seminars.
So, preparation
Yes,
for
preparation.
the teachers, CLE
Yes.
teachers.
CLE teachers, as well as also the teachers to make us feel relevant to the children or to the students or pupils.
So how would you emphasize the three the three parts of our subject, the doctrine, moral, and worship? How would you be sure that these three are really covered in a class, in our teaching rather?
I would make sure by doing the lesson plan, being faithful to it, because I can plan to inject those moral, doctrine, and worship things into the lesson, to the flow of the lesson. So with that, it would also help, I think.
Okay, so based from your words, from your statements that I just heard, I think you are ready. So congratulations, Sister Angel.
Thank you, Sister
And
Julie.
good luck. God bless you on your next journey.